So listen to this. This guy got paid nearly $9 million to party on television, and it's the very thing that landed him in federal prison. This was Mike, one of the biggest reality TV stars on the planet from that show about living by the Jersey Shore. And in the late 2000s, he is on top of the world. The show is a whole-ass cultural phenomenon, and Mike is its breakout star. The money is just insane. It's not even a river of cash, it's a tsunami. Appearance fees at clubs, endorsements, his own workout videos, you name it. He and his brother Mark, who's acting as his manager, create these companies to handle all the money, Situation Nation Inc. and MPS Entertainment LLC. They're raking in millions, almost $9 million in just a couple of years. But here's the problem. So much of this money is coming in as hard cash, suitcases of it. And Mike and Mark have a big problem. How do you take all this cash, this physical mountain of money, and get it into the bank without the government noticing? Because when you're making this much, the tax man is always watching. Always. So they come up with a plan, a really bad plan. Their big idea is something called structuring. Anytime you deposit more than $10,000 cash into a bank, the bank has to file a report straight to the IRS. It's automatic. It's the law. Mike and Mark know this. So what do? They start making dozens and dozens of deposits, all just under that $10,000 limit. A deposit for $9,500 here. Another for $9,800 there. Sometimes multiple deposits on the same day at different banks. They think they're being slick. They think they're pulling a fast one on the entire federal government. They think the IRS is just a bunch of turds who won't notice the pattern. What they're actually doing is committing a federal crime. It's not the amount that's illegal, it's the intent. The act of breaking up deposits specifically to hide from the IRS, that's a felony. And they're doing it over and over and over again. They're creating a bright, flashing neon sign pointing right at themselves. Now the money is clean in the bank, but the scam is just getting started. This is where it gets truly bizarre. They have millions in their company accounts and now they need to spend it, but they still don't want to pay taxes. So, what's the next genius move? They start claiming every single personal expense as a business write-off. And I mean everything. This isn't just, oh, I'll claim a few dinners. No, bro, we are talking next-level absurd spending. Mike goes out and buys high-end luxury cars. All those insane designer clothes you see him wearing on TV and in magazines. All of it, claimed as a business expense. His grooming, his tanning sessions to maintain that Jersey Shore glow. Business expense. They are living this insane, lavish celebrity party boy lifestyle, telling the government that it's all just the cost of doing business. They're treating the U.S. Treasury like their own personal piggy bank, and the fraud is growing every single day. They file false tax returns that lie about their income, hiding millions in earnings. For tax year 2011 alone, Mike doesn't even file a personal tax return. Despite earning nearly $2 million that year, the arrogance is off the charts. They literally think the rules don't apply to them. But the rules always apply, and a computer is about to bring their entire fantasy world crashing down. Deep inside the IRS, an algorithm flags a pattern, a series of cash deposits, all suspiciously under the $10,000 reporting threshold. It's the digital tripwire they didn't even know existed. An investigation begins, quietly at first. Special agents from the IRS Criminal Investigation Division start pulling bank records. They start looking at the corporate filings for MPS and Situation Nation. And the picture becomes very clear. The agents see the deposits, then they see the tax returns. They see the millions in income that was never reported. Then they see the insane write-offs, the luxury cars, the clothes, the grooming. The whole scheme is laid bare. It's not a sophisticated crime. It's a clumsy, arrogant cash grab. And the feds have all the receipts. The party is officially over. The hammer drops in 2014. A federal indictment. The United States of America versus Michael and Mark Sorrentino. Conspiracy to defraud the United States. Filing false tax returns. And for Mike, failure to file. The headlines are everywhere. The guy famous for Jim Tan Laundry is now famous for tax fraud. But it gets worse. As the investigation deepens, the feds keep finding more. In 2017, a new indictment comes down with even more charges. This time, it includes tax evasion and that critical structuring charge. The case is now ironclad. And this is where the story takes a hard right turn into betrayal. The feds have both brothers dead to rights. And they do what they always do. They apply pressure. They go to Mark, the older brother, the manager, and they offer him a choice. You can go down with your brother for a very, very long time, or you can help us, you can cooperate. Mark is staring down 24 months in federal prison. He's got his own life, his own family to think about. He freaks the hell out, and he flips. He agrees to plead guilty to aiding in the preparation of a fraudulent tax return. He will cooperate with the government against his own flesh and blood. The family loyalty that built the business is shattered by the crime. For Mike, it's the ultimate gut punch. He's cornered. His brother is gone. So he does the only thing he can. In January 2018, Mike walks into a federal courthouse in Newark, New Jersey, and pleads guilty to 1 count of tax evasion. There's no fight left. He's beaten. The climax isn't a dramatic courtroom battle. It's a sentencing. Mike and Mark stand before a federal judge, their reality TV fame completely useless. The judge is not impressed by celebrity. She tells Mike, with celebrity comes responsibility. Part of the cost of making money is you have to pay taxes. We all have to. Mark gets sentenced to 24 months in prison. Then it's Mike's turn. The judge hands it down. 8 months in federal prison. On top of that, 2 years of supervised release, 500 hours of community service, a $10,000 fine, and over $123,000 in restitution. It's a complete and total defeat. The final visual punch lands when the mugshot is released. The confident tan celebrity is gone, replaced by the image of a federal inmate. He reports to Otisville Federal Correctional Institution in New York to begin his sentence. But this is where the story delivers one last truly bizarre twist, because Otisville isn't just any prison. It's a hub for high-profile, white-collar criminals. And who is Mike's fellow inmate? Who does he play basketball and softball against? None other than Billy McFarland, the architect of the infamous Fyre Festival scam. You cannot make this up. The 2 biggest pop culture scammers of the decade, 2 guys who sold a fantasy and got busted by reality, are now inmates in the same facility. Mike even says McFarland was a total bonehead who got thrown in solitary for trying to secretly record other inmates. Mike serves his 8 months and is released in September 2019. But the guy who comes out is not the same guy who went in. He's sober, he's focused, he got married right before his sentence began. He served his time and paid his debt. He returns to television, but this time the story he's selling is different. It's not about a party that never ends. It's about a man who faced the consequences, who hit rock bottom, and who is trying to put his life back together. It's the most real situation he's ever been in. And for the first time, he's not just a character on a screen. He's Michael the Situation Sorrentino,